You guys.
Hey, everybody.
So today, you guys, we're going to be talking about the 3 things that you must have the ability to do to engage with your prospects so that you can actually make a connection.
Yep.
Okay. If we have not met before, I'm Becky Graff.
And I'm Tim Graff.
We help home business entrepreneurs leverage powerful online strategies to build the perfect lifestyle business.
Yep.
As you guys are hopping on, please let us know where you're coming in from so we can give you a shout out. Okay. And really, we just want to dive into this today. Okay. So what are the 3 things that you must be able to do to connect with your audience?
Yeah. These 3 things are crucial to, especially if you're a digital marketer or you're marketing at all. These are 3 things that are really crucial to really putting your message out there, to really connect with your audience. If you're not doing these 3 things, this may be something that you are missing. This may be a particular purpose behind somebody not engaging with your stuff. Maybe you're hearing crickets. Think about how you're actually applying these 3 things.
Yeah, so number 1, you guys, is stories. Okay, and again, you probably heard this before, but I want you to take this information and kind of look at it as a new day and a new view, a new take on what stories might mean for you. Because when we talk about stories, okay, a lot of times people are like, well, does that mean a story on my page? Does that mean a Facebook story, like the actual story feature? The answer is yes. Okay, sharing in story, sharing a snippet of your day, what's going on, a thought process, a simple moment in time. Okay, these pieces of story are essential for marketing.
Yes.
People who have effective marketing campaigns, and it doesn't matter if it's a brick and mortar business or an online business, those that can tell the story the best are the ones who have a greater profit margin.
And that's essentially what a digital marketer or a marketer in general does. They're a expert storyteller, right? We tell those stories about what happened in our life, what, business, how the business was created, your background story. I mean, there's so many different ways to take these stories and different kinds of stories to be able to tell that really will connect with your audience.
Yeah, and number 2, you guys, the story piece is very important. Learning how to tell effective stories. Okay, we've done lives before on what are the emotional components, what are the different pieces that go into an effective story. So go back to our library and find that one and watch it, okay, because we go deeper dive into what stories might look like for you.
The second one, you guys, is actually emotion, okay, and tying emotion into everything that you're actually you're doing, whether it's your Facebook lives, whether you're putting out, your post. It's really tying that emotional piece into whatever story you're telling or whatever post or any content that you're putting out there. Emotion is a huge piece of connecting to other people, because as human beings, we are emotional creatures. And you may have heard us say that before, but that's because it's extremely true. We're emotional creatures, and that's what we connect to is emotion. Yeah,
and emotion, a lot of times think of the word emotion and I think like bawling, sobbing. Okay? That is not the case. What we're talking about is you're invoking an emotion in somebody else. It is a connection. That is where typically a huge amount of connection is actually made, is when you are emotionally charged in some way. We're emotional creatures. Your prospects buy emotionally. When you connect with somebody else, it's because you have relatability, which is a fundamental cornerstone of the emotion that you feel based on your interaction with another human being. Okay?
And when you're writing your posts, when you're doing your stories and these kinds of things, be very descriptive. If you're telling, very, very specific and very descriptive in the idea of where you are. If you're on the beach, what are you smelling? What are you seeing? What are these kinds of things that are going on around you? Because that helps people when they can relate like that. It really ties that emotional piece in of them actually being there. And it's powerful.
Okay, and the third thing, you guys, is humor. Okay, people like positive, uplifting, funny things. Okay, we like to enjoy life. That's probably what got you into the business that you're in right now. Is you wanted to have a higher quality of life. You wanted to have more of the things that you enjoy, more of the things that make you laugh, make you smile. Okay, spending more time with those that you love. And so when you allow humor, your actual personality to shine through, when you're not afraid to be a little bit quirky, okay, those things also endear you to your audience, because it's not the same old. It's not the same thing that they've heard from 5 other people. It's something new, it's unique, it's specific to you. So don't be afraid to edutain. Okay, educate and entertain people. Be humorous. If you find it funny, if it's appropriate, then share it with your audience, because they crave an insight into what it is you're doing. Who are you? What makes you different than everybody else that they see on social media, and what it is they are going to benefit from by following you.
And the thing is we all have those days where we struggle, right? And we never know who we're actually, when you're putting that humorous post out there, when you're, just being your quirky self, if you're a genuinely, kind of humorous and quirky kind of person, just putting that personality out there, okay, this lifts people up when they're having those rough days, or when they're going through something in the moment that just, struggles, something they're struggling with, and they're scrolling through the feed and they come across your funny post or your quirky humor in a Facebook Live or something like that. It automatically, they feel connected. They're lifted up. You're putting out that positive vibe, and it really helps them be drawn to you.
And I want to add one thing to this. This humor piece, you guys, you can really actually leverage the things that you're struggling with. Yeah. If you can find the silver lining to something that happened that was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that, and you find the humor in it, that again speaks volumes to your audience, because now you're really human, right?
Yep.
You've made mistakes. You've messed something up. You've had something go completely crazy, haywire, outside what you planned, because that never happens, right? Yep. Everything goes perfectly all the time.
So many people focus on the negativity. Something went wrong, something didn't work right. They automatically go into the negative. When you can flip that into a positive and laugh at yourself, okay, it's something different, and people automatically are drawn to that.
So those are the top 3 things, you guys. 1, share its story as often and as frequently as you can. Pull the story out of those everyday moments in life.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2 is to invoke more emotion. Be more emotional. Connect to people. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. And if vulnerable to you is just simply getting out and doing a Facebook Live and sharing something that happened in your day that you don't normally share, that to you is vulnerability, and it connects to your audience, because now they have a little bit more of an insight about what it is that you have going on in your life. Okay, you're more relatable because now you're an actual human being.
Exactly.
You're not just a name that's spitting out content all the time.
And the third one, you guys, is humor. Add more humor. Add more of your, if you have a quirky personality, if you're genuinely funny, put it out there. People love to be uplifted, especially when they're having those rough days, something that they're struggling with. When they come across something like that, it really helps them put a smile on their face. It improves their day, and they're genuinely, right off the bat, connected.
Yeah, and that's the edutainment, okay? That's education, and then entertaining as well. That is what people are on social media for, is to connect with other people. So we wanted to hop on and share those 3 things with you, because they are fundamental pieces for you developing a personal brand and a lasting presence online to build out your business.
Exactly.
All right, you guys, we appreciate you spending some time with us today, and hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you, Tiff, and everybody else who's hopped on and spent some time with us. We appreciate it. Yes, you guys, be curious, be bold, take action, and remember that it's choice, not chance, that shapes your life.
Have a good one, you guys.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.